Shalom, Israel. My name is Izakaya Rights of I.S.U.P.K, Jamaica. I.S.U.P.K started 1 West, 125th Street, Harlem, New York. I.S.U.P.K is run by Commanding General YAHANNA, the one man with the rank and the authority to lead Israel at this time. I say Yahweh Ba'asham Yahweh Barakatam to my brothers, Yahweh Shamar Alatan Ba'asham Yahweh to my sisters. All right, so today we're going to talk about the Jamaican refugee crisis. And yes, you heard me right. We have a refugee crisis here in Jamaica. You know what I mean? We know that our Mexican brothers, you know what I mean, have a serious refugee crisis. You know what I mean? Where, you know what I mean, our brothers have to be trying to flee their country so that they can have a better life in the United States. And the US government, you know what I mean, and those devils in the United States will not allow them, you know what I mean. Meanwhile, letting the Ukrainians come in freely and the Afghanis, you know what I mean. So we here in Jamaica have a similar thing. The only difference is we don't have a border, we don't share a border with the United States. You understand? So our long lines are at the US Embassy. You understand? So every day when you go up at the US Embassy here in Jamaica, you see this long line of people waiting to see if they can get a US visa. Most of which, you know what I mean, never get that visa. You know what I mean? And you normally don't hear about what happened to these people afterwards, but many of them tend to take different means to flee the country for different reasons. You understand? Just like Mexico. Jamaica is crime, you know what I mean, is have a crime problem as well. Probably not as bad, but you know what I mean. People have different reasons here in Jamaica, which you know what I mean, why they would want to flee. You understand? And opportunities lacking here in Jamaica. It's not just the fact that many people might be, you know what I mean, facing danger, physical danger, but opportunities are lacking here in Jamaica. You know what I mean? For the most part, many people here in Jamaica, you know what I mean, don't see any future here in Jamaica, especially with the oppression which we suffer here in Jamaica. You understand? So them go to, you know what I mean, extreme measures to flee to the United States because for the most part, we here in Jamaica buy into the dream of America. You know what I mean? The land of the free, the home of the brave. We think that that is the place that we can go, you know what I mean, and make a better life. When that is Babylon, but for the most part, our people think that is the place where opportunity is. You know what I mean? And those who never get a US visa, you know what I mean, tend to go through dangerous means. You understand? So we have an article here, Zane. It's a Jamaican 5-year-old missing as mom tries sneaking into the US. And this is a mother who took, you know what I mean, one of these drastic means to get to the United States. Because in our minds, United States is heaven. It is the white man's heaven, you know, but you know what I mean? In our mind, we think we can get a part of that heaven. And in the process, this sister lost her 5-year-old child. It says, after losing 2 of her brothers to gun violence and narrowly escaping the same fate, Teresa Stushi Wilson, 30, decided to flee Jamaica with her 2 children. You understand? So this was a sister who probably lived in a volatile community where, you know what I mean, family members probably have been involved in crime and she was in danger because of that involvement. You understand? And so now she, you know what I mean, probably think that here we go. She probably applied for a US visa before, more likely. More likely. She would have never gone through this means or these means unless she had applied and failed. You understand? And gotten turned down. You understand? So now she decides, boy, she can't stay here no longer. Like many of us who stay here and, you know what I mean, is totally, you know what I mean, depressed and destroyed because we are here. You understand? Because Jamaica is hell. You understand? Jamaica is not what the tourists come and experience, you know. For real Jamaicans, Jamaica is the garrison, the crime, the violence, the poverty, the sufferation, you know what I mean, the hot sun, you know what I mean, and you know have nothing to do. tormented. That is Jamaica for most people. You understand? Let me continue reading though. On May 25th, Wilson left Jamaica with her 5-year-old daughter, Malaysia Million Miller, and her 8-month-old baby. They journeyed to Panama, then to Mexico. So she took the Panama route to go to Mexico because, you know what I mean, that is the route where, you know what I mean, even the Ukrainians took, but when the Ukrainians came to the Mexican borders, they were just allowed to go through freely. They were given US visas. They were allowed to go through freely. But this wasn't the case for, you know what I mean, this sister. She wasn't allowed to go through freely, just like our Mexican brothers. They weren't allowed to go through freely. You know what I mean? It just shows you that the children of Israel, whichever tribe you're talking about, we face the same issues. We can relate to each other in all different aspects of oppression. You understand? Whether it be, you know what I mean, refugee crisis, whether it be poverty, whether it be, you know what I mean, killing each other. We definitely can relate. And we here in Jamaica, we can relate to our Mexican brothers because we face the same plight. You understand? Let me continue reading. Zane. So it says that she took the Panama then to the Mexico route where she hoped to cross over into the United States. You understand? According to relatives, Wilson and her children reached the US-Mexico border on June the 5th, but Malaysia got separated from her mother and sibling. You understand? So this young girl was separated from her mother. You understand? And her younger sister, sibling, right? You know what I mean? During the process, probably by, you know what I mean, border patrol. You know what I mean? Who knows? Let me read the article too. Wilson's mother, Lauren Price, wore a worrisome expression when the news team visited her yesterday. News that Malaysia had drowned had been circulated on social media, but the family had dispelled rumor. Listen, Price, however, stated that she had not heard from her daughter since Sunday when she was at the detention center in the United States of Arizona. You understand? So her daughter did not drown. Her daughter did not drown. It was when they were at the detention center. They were separated. You know what I mean? By the border patrol and whoever in charge right there. You understand? Let me continue reading. On Sunday, me in my sleep and wake up, and my mind just tell me to call Stushi. And when me call, me never get her. But she called me back and she said, Mommy, I can't find Million, you know. The person who's supposed to receive them call us and tell us that no children who came with the group, no drowned or dead. So we really don't know what's going on. I don't know if when she run in, Million get mixed up with the other batch. Because you know when them run in, police pick them up, she said. Right. And police probably picked them up and, you know what I mean, no one made the effort to find her mother or find her father. You understand? Because to them, this little young girl is just a nigger and a pest who wants to enter them country to make them country worse and all them things. You know what them call the Mexicans? Them call the Mexicans rapists. You know what I mean? And criminals. You know what I mean? And rest assured, them put Jamaicans into the same batch. You know what I mean? And that is the thing that we have in common with our brothers, the Mexicans, the Izakaya Rights. You understand? That the oppressor views us the same. You understand? So this little young girl, 5-year-old, Million, Jane, was separated from her mother and nobody made the effort to try to reunite her with her mother. She, you know what I mean? God forbid, they are probably, you know what I mean? God forbid. You understand? But we know that the white man is the devil. You understand? And if a child cannot be accounted for by a parent, then you know the oppressor is the devil the Bible speaks of. You understand? I never want to imagine, but let me continue reading. The government of Mexico had toughen its immigration process in permitting permitting landing to Jamaicans because of growing concern for the Caribbean nationals' illegal and dangerous human smuggling passage to the US. In 2020, listen to this. And that is why I say, yo, listen to me. We have a refugee crisis here in Jamaica. You understand? And when I go read now, I go show you that it is not people just trying to visit the United States. It's people trying to flee Jamaica, just like our brothers in Mexico is trying to flee Mexico because they want a better life in the US. It's just that we don't share a border with the United States. So that border is at the US Embassy in Jamaica. Every day you see this long line. You understand? Let me read this. In 2020, 4,467 Jamaicans flew to Mexico. Right? 4,467 Jamaicans flew to Mexico in 2020. Then, in 2021, the figure grew to 7,509. That is a refugee crisis. And that is not the amount of people who went to the US Embassy and was denied. These are just the figures of people who knew that there was an other option or thought that the Mexican route was an option. There are thousands upon thousands of people here in Jamaica who would, you know what I mean, who would gladly leave this filthy place. Gladly. You understand? Foreigners look on and them say, well, all right. And we understand, you know, we tell our people that, look, wherever you go, you're a nigger or you're a speak. Whether you go to the United States or you go to or you live in Jamaica or you live in Mexico, the white man consider you what he consider you. You know what I mean? Less than himself. See? But we here in Jamaica, you know what I mean? We are not enjoying Jamaica. The tourists come to Jamaica and, you know what I mean, the US dollar is stronger here in Jamaica than the Jamaican dollar. It is stronger. The US dollar is stronger here in Jamaica than it is in the US. So US citizens are, you know what I mean, returned citizens, you know what I mean, Jamaicans who live in the cold over there, will come back and enjoy Jamaica, meaning them come back and them enjoy what they used to enjoy during their childhood or what they have missed. But them have the US dollar for back it. And then them go back on them slavery in the United States, which might not be fun. It might not be heaven. It might be hell for them as well. Because what? You're a nigger wherever you go. But you can't tell no Jamaica, here in Jamaica, that. Because the hell that they know is Jamaica. You understand? That is the hell that we know. That is Jamaica. They would gladly swap the hell here for the hell over there. You understand? Of course, you know that hell is hell. You understand? And once you reach over there, you have to just know, say, boy, I hell this too, you know. But you can't tell nobody at Jamaica that. The point to me I make is, wherever we are oppressed. And we just want to flee. You understand? We just want to find a better opportunity. But what our people don't know is going to the Americas, no, going to North America is, you know what I mean, will be just as oppressed. You understand? Let me continue reading those. See? The figure grew to 7,509. However, the first 3 months of 2022 saw 2,929, with a projection of 12,000 by the year end. So by the year end, you'll probably have 12,000 Jamaicans trying to cross the US-Mexican border because they were turned down a visa by those dogs at the US Embassy who talk to you anyway and look down upon you because you want to visit their country and gladly turn you down just to see the pain in your eyes, the disappointment. Break your spirit, break your heart, send you home back. You know what I mean? When all you were seeking You know what I mean? It's a better life. They don't look for you no different like how the border patrol agents look at our Mexican brothers down there at the US Embassy. You understand? Because the white man is the devil the Bible speaks of. Let me continue reading. Price said her daughter up to choose the illegal route to enter the US, not only to provide a better life for herself and children, but also out of fear, right? Just like our Mexican brothers, you have Jamaicans who want to flee because, you know what I mean, them literally facing danger. You know what I mean? Them are face danger. Them live in communities where family members were involved in crime and thing and murders, and they are, as a result, reprisal can reach them. So they want to flee, and Jamaica is small and there's nowhere basically in Jamaica where you can hide out from people because everybody know everybody. Everybody knows somebody from somewhere. And when it comes to crime, you know what I mean, a man will find it anyway. And a man can buck you up anyway. You understand? So a man might say, yo, I better left the country, man. You understand? Let me continue reading. There was a lot of danger and problem. A lot of things happen. May have two sons who were killed. Them gunman take set on the family. Right. A lot, and them fire shot off a Stushi. So she fearful for her life and she wasn't going to leave her baby. Right. So she, Stushi, because of her brothers, more likely they were involved in crime and thing, you know what I mean? Because them, you know what I mean, related to them, people fire off a she. So, you know what I mean? She was in fear of her life. You understand? And she decided that she was going to take her little young daughter, her two young children with her. She is a very ambitious girl. Wherever I try, she just want a good life for her and her children, Price said. Wilson's father, Limbert Wilson, was also a picture of grief. Tears streamed down his face as he explained how worried he is about his daughter and granddaughter. Like Price, he stated that his daughter only wanted a better life, and he's praying earnestly that his granddaughter will be found safe and sound. My two grandchildren them, Slakia, my two grandchildren them, no sleep with nobody else at night time unless I me. Me miss them and me really worried, but me can't blame Stushi from leaving because her life was in danger, he said. Speaking at the Jamaican Constabulary Force digital press conference yesterday, Deputy Commissioner of Police Fitz Bailey said the police are aware that Jamaicans are traveling through Mexico in an attempt to reach the US as part of a human smuggling scheme. You know what I mean? We suffer the same plight as our Mexican brothers. More likely, we have to go through the same means to find a better way of life. I don't study the thing, we are the Mexicans, we are brothers, right? But in the process of trying to find a better life, we encounter the oppressor. And the oppressor, you know what I mean, is the devil, like we said that the Bible speaks of. And the Bible tells us, yo, these curses would come upon us as a people. You know what I mean? We will suffer these things because we disobey the Most High's law. You understand? And because we don't keep his laws as a people, we encounter the oppressor. You understand? We're going to jump to the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28 and verse 32. And this is what it says. It said, thy sons and thy daughters shall be given unto another people. This happened in slavery, you know. But rest assured, this is happening today. This is happening consistently to our Mexican brothers. But Stushi learned this recently as well. And many other Jamaicans, them probably not talk. You know what I mean? Human trafficking, human smuggling, human everything. How many children here in Jamaica have been, you know what I mean, has gone missing, you know what I mean, and cannot be accounted for. Many, every day, you see one or two or three. You understand? It's definitely in the thousands, you know what I mean, or the hundreds of thousands right now. You understand? Our children going missing. You understand? And this is what the scripture is talking about. This is one of the curses that would happen to the children of Israel for breaking the Most High laws. You understand? Let me read that again. Thy sons and thy daughters shall be given unto thy another people, and thine eyes shall look and fail with longing for them all the days long. Right? So Stushi, I is, you know what I mean? She's longing for them all the day long for her daughter. You know what I mean? She can't, she long to see her daughter, but she don't know where to look. Let me read that again. See? And Slakia. And thine eyes shall look and feel with longing for them all the day long, and there shall be no might in thine hand. Right. So Stushi right now would do anything to get her daughter back. Right. And now she regret making that attempt to go through Mexico to reach the United States, because right now she lose her daughter. You understand? But that is what the Bible said would happen to the children of Israel. You know what I mean? These are the things that happen to we, that many people don't even consider it, and think that people think that this is, you know what I mean, just things that just happen. This happen because we break the Most High laws. You understand? That's why we implore you, come learn these laws. Keep these laws again, so these things can stop happening to our people. You know what I mean? At least stop happening to you first. And on the broader scale, our people can learn and know, say, yo, these are laws that affect our life. If we don't keep them, we will get punished. You understand? That's why we in the I.S.U.P.K and the Commanding General, YAHANNA, we implore you, come back to your covenant with the Most High. You understand? Come out of the Christian church. Come out of Rastafariism. Stop loving this oppressor, because the same oppressor will take your children when you try to enter his country to seek a better life. You understand? So we just have to bring out that story there, just to show you that we have a refugee crisis. You know what I mean? Our refugee crisis is present here every day in Jamaica. You know what I mean? Yeah, man. So with that, remember to like the video, subscribe to this channel, also leave your comments, share on all social media platforms. We keep classes on Sundays 3 p.m., Tuesdays 7 p.m., Wednesdays 7 p.m. here in Jamaica. And worldwide, I.S.U.P.K keep classes every day, basically. You understand? So just tune in, log on to the I.S.U.P.K movement. You understand? The home of the truth and the commanding general, YAHANNA. You understand? And with that, SHALAM.